my mindset in the back of the car, I mean, well, first of all, super nervous. Let's be real. I was very out of my element. I knew how to do like one or two things decently with the camera. And most of the buttons on the camera, I had no idea what they were even for, but I knew a couple and I knew what I could do in the editing room. And so I took those couple things and I was just like, this is what we're going to do.
Welcome back to another episode of The Burn. I am Ben Newman, and you know how we do this. Every week, we're bringing you athletes, entertainers, celebrities, entrepreneurs, individuals that share their burn, that fire that lies inside of them that ignites why and purpose, that causes them to become disciplined in their daily action to drive their highest levels of success. Today is an episode I cannot tell you how excited I am for this. I'm going to give you a great backstory here to set the table, and then we are going to go with Tyler Kirk. And just to give you a little bit of a foreshadow, today we have pulled Tyler from behind the camera, and we are putting his face in front of all of you. Tyler Kirk is our creative director at the Ben Newman Companies, but also BNC Media, an entity that because of his drive, his burn, his fire, his passion, he has now started, and we have been attacking, helping others achieve everything that they need from a creative and a design standpoint. I'm going to give a little bit more of a backstory here because I think it's so amazing how you and I are even on the same screen. And as I share this story, I want all of you to think about saying yes and being courageous when you have no idea what in the world is going to happen from you choosing to do that. So this goes back over 6 years ago. I fly to Indianapolis. I'm going to be doing a speaking engagement. And all of a sudden, the individual who brought me in to do the speaking engagement, in the back seat is Tyler Kirk. And they let me know, like, this is Tyler, and nice to meet you, Tyler. And, Tyler's going to be the videographer for today's event. And he'll be with us all day long, doing behind the scenes, filming you when you're on stage. I'm like, great. I work with videographers all the time. So Tyler and I hit it off. Great guy. He played sports in college. I mean, there's just so much synergy, and the guy's got great energy. And so we're enjoying this day together. So we finished the day. It was awesome spending the time with Tyler. We start to build this great friendship. And I think that's it, right? You get on the plane and you go home, and the videographer goes back to running his career. Well, I end up getting a message from Tyler that says, hey, I got some really great footage from the day. I would love to just create, a highlight reel for you from what I did and send it to you. I thought it was really a great day. Now, strategically, Tyler knew exactly what he was doing. So I get this video and I'm like, I thought this dude was fun to hang out with. I thought the dude was good throughout the day. I'm like, this guy is unbelievable. And for those of you that see all of the videos that we do, from the highlight videos that you see of speaking for myself, for our other speakers from BNC Speakers, if you see episodes of The Burn, if you're seeing other videos, even the mental toughness forum that we're going to be doing in August, the highlight that was put together, that's Tyler. The voiceover is actually Tyler's because he's got a hell of a voice, as you're going to find out here pretty soon. And so all of the work creatively, it's Tyler. And I put him up against anybody in the world. So you can tell I was impressed from that first video that I got, and the rest was history. His willingness to put himself out there, to be courageous, not to say, hey, I'd love to do a video. Would you like to charge this? Everybody's always looking to charge. Let me charge you. Let me charge you. He's like, I'm going to bring this guy value. And he caught my attention. And here we are today, having the opportunity to have partnered together over the last 6 years. Tyler's not an employee. Tyler's not just, some guy that does side work for me. Tyler is a partner in this business. He helps everything go. And Tyler, just in front of everybody, I want to say how awesome it is to pull you from behind the camera and make you share a little bit about that first day and the fire and what drives you. So officially now, welcome to the burn, Tyler.
Yeah, man. Wow. Well, I've edited a lot of episodes and heard people talk about the introductions and what it felt like. That was the best intro I've ever been given. That's the only intro I've ever been given. So to hear that is kind of wild. But no, thank you. It is really weird to be on this side of the camera. It's been a ride, man.
So Tyler, before we get there, and it's been one hell of a ride, and I think one of the things about our entire team is, we carry this mindset of we're never finished. We're just getting started. We haven't even done anything yet, which is certainly, it's a high standard and expectation that we all live to, but it's one that we all embrace. Let's talk about your burn. Let's talk about, take us back to growing up, collegiate athlete, had the opportunity to play multiple sports. Where does your discipline, where does your fire, where does the burn come from to do what you do in your life?
Yeah, man. And it's funny because that's a great question, because I grew up in a great family, a small town in Milan, Indiana. So if anybody's ever seen Hoosiers, that's the town that I actually grew up in, Milan, Indiana. So super small, 75 kids in my graduating class, really small. Grew up playing sports. I said yes to everything. I played as many sports as mom and dad would let me, including motorsports. So raced motocross growing up, broke a lot of bones, adrenaline junkie, all the above. And so it was weird, like getting started in everything that I've done when it comes to competitiveness and like what drives me. I realized actually it wasn't until really we started the show and I started to look at my burn and like ask myself that question, because I don't think I ever had. And it was really the doubt of other people that drove me. It was people didn't think that I was undersized growing up. I wasn't very strong. And so when people doubted me, it got me going. It got my blood pumping and I could feel that. And it was easy to look back at my sports career and like the little things like that and motocross that got me to, it gave me an opportunity to really fight for something and to like go after it because it was athletics. It was right in front of me. But when it came to my career and like, looking at the burn in that direction, it was the same, but I didn't realize it. And it was just really people, coming in just like that day with you, man. Like I was in an entirely different industry. I was a recruiter for a sales company, and I was hiring salespeople every single day. I think I had conference calls in between your speaking engagements.
Yes, you did. You did. You did. So you're like, hey, I got to go take this call real quick.
What's funny though, is that like inside of that career, I was trying to involve something creative as much as I could. And I did that for probably 2 years before I realized that I was like, I don't want to be making, sales calls to stuff like this. I'm like, it wasn't until somebody pointed out like, hey, did you go to college for this? This is actually something that you're apt to. And I had a media degree, which meant a whole lot of nothing really. Like I got exposure to it, but I didn't have any hands-on experience. And so I just tried to fit it in as much as possible. So that day with you, it was, you talk about one in a billion shot, I had been going to networking and events and things like that, taking my camera to just document it for the company I was working for. It wasn't anything other than that. And so that day I was like, I had actually read one of your books right out of my first sales career. So like I knew your name and I was like, Ben Newman, I know this guy. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, no way. And so the thing came full circle. And so I just wanted to, really flex my creative muscles as much as I could and give it to you as a gift. There was no expectations. There was no even thought that we would work together at any capacity. I was just having fun doing what I was doing. It obviously turned out okay, I think.
It has turned out, more than okay. And I think of just, the way our team operates. There's really 6 key main members of our team that run BNC coaching and BNC speaking and BNC media and Uncommon Live. And when we were on our retreat down in Mexico last year, just to see you and Monica together, right? Knowing that you guys will be getting married soon, like all these life changes. It's so cool to be part of a team where it is so small and we're all part of each other's lives, and to be able to see those things happen from the guy who was in the back seat and we had just met, beyond just the work stuff. It's so incredible to just, have a team that we have an opportunity to really all grow together in all facets of life, from you coming and staying at the house and shooting hoops with the kids in the backyard. And,
Right.
and collegiate basketball, collegiate golf. I mean, this kid is an unbelievable athlete. It's just so much fun to be able to see that side, of our relationship as well. Let me turn directions here just a little bit. There are so many projects that we've done together. There's so much work. And I think there's a lot of people, right? I mean, we could talk about projects and what was the most fun thing, but what I'd really love to go to, let's go to the mindset of you being in the back seat going, hey, I'm kind of taking off playing hooky for my job to do this today. This will be fun. Yeah. And the, kind of the 1 in a billion shot, you say. And then here we are today working on all these things. I mean, jobs that you've currently done from BNC Media for Pepsi and companies that are building engines. I mean, it's just amazing the work, the things your team is now working on, the team you've built from BNC Media, because you're the one who's built it. I know there's a lot of people watching right now. And not only are you sitting waiting to take action, on our episodes, we always talk about sitting on the sidelines, but do you even believe, can you even see what's possible for you? And before Tyler answers this, I want you to give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to think big. Give yourself permission to see what's possible for you. And then Tyler, I want you to honestly answer. Did you ever think you would see yourself running BNC Media, working on, these are some of the largest companies in the world you're now working on projects for with the team that you've built. Did you ever think that that would happen when you were riding in the back seat that day?
No, not even in the same universe. It wasn't even in it hadn't even crossed, any of my thoughts. And what's wild, I think, is in the skill wise too, right? Because there's a lot that comes from, having the confidence and the technical skill to be able to, do the things that we're doing now versus what I did when I was in the back of the car. Right. And it was really just this snowball effect of, I knew how to do 1 or 2 things decently with the camera. And most of the buttons on the camera, I had no idea what they were even for, but I knew a couple and I knew what I could do in the editing room. And so I took those couple things and I was just like, this is what we're going to do. And so I just gave it a shot. And I knew that I could get some cool B-roll of you doing stuff that maybe you had never seen before, some audio clips, and mash that together into something which is funny to me, cringy now. I look back at the original videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, what were you doing? But I think everybody's like that, right? Especially in the creative field. My mindset in the back of the car, first of all, super nervous. Let's be real. I was very out of my element. And I think, looking back, actually, on preparing for this interview, I looked back at that and tried to really put myself back in that seat and be like, what am I doing right now? Because I was a little overwhelmed because I had my career running on this side. And technically I was trying to be present and capture the stuff and not mess it up because I was just getting started in what I was doing that, but I knew I loved it so much. And maybe a little cliche, but I could only see the step that I was on. I couldn't see the staircase. I couldn't see anything. I had no idea where it was going to go, but I knew I liked doing it. And I knew that I, could dedicate the time and try to create something cool from the day and just leave it at that. And so being uncomfortable, to say the least, would be my mindset of that entire day. But I was confident that I was going to be able to produce just a couple things that I hope that you would like.
And where's your mindset today as you see where we are and what's in front of us?
Yeah, it's wild. I still feel like that a little bit. It's just different. I'm still very uncomfortable, but the team behind us, the amazing group of people that we get to work with, and the strengths that everybody has to complement each other, that's really, in my opinion, like the confidence that allows us to go out and do these awesome things. It's like, because I know that, like, when it comes to, creative visually and video, photo, that kind of work, I'm confident in that because I've got to do it. And so, but the other stuff that I'm not good at, there are members on the team that complement those strengths that make the whole thing work. And so I just try to focus and stay in my lane, as you say, as far as what I know that we can do, which is a lot, because it's not just me. Like, I'm a very small part of an entire engine that makes this whole thing work, and I'm aware of that. But these people drive me too, because I know that whether it's Monique and her team that's helping us, whether it's Anna, whether it's Sean, whether it's Jeremy, Patty, and all the other people that help us run BNC, it's just incredible to see you drive this boat and not just do it for yourself, but to, literally have us in the boat with you, to want us, to even have a life maybe more than we can even see for ourselves. And that's really, like, bring that whole thought full circle, that's really what I am most grateful for when it comes to this relationship, because I couldn't see anything more than the backseat of that car that day. Right. Like, the end goal of that was to make a video for you. I didn't know what that would lead to. I didn't even know what I could do or what that would, open my mind up to see. But our relationship and the way that you live your life and the way that you push, even though we have our headbutt moments every so often, like a brotherly love kind of thing, right? It is really good for us, and it's only made me, I'm constantly, every day, a part of my prize fighter day, right, is think bigger. And it's literally every day. And it's not, I want to be careful here, because it's not, I don't want to say always more, as in, like, I'm never happy or I'm never have enough, but like, to just find that next level that I've got to, not just be better for the brand, like be better for our clients, but like at home, and constantly push myself for Monica and our future family, and be as present as I can, because balance is extremely important. And I don't have it figured out, but you are definitely leading the charge and allowing us to have an environment to do that. So super grateful for this.
Oh, you know how much I appreciate you, and I appreciate everything that you said. And there's, so much truth to that. I believe in our team. One of the things that we always talk about in boot camps and teaching other coaches and things of that nature is, it's part of, we never say my team. I don't say my team or my creative director, right? I don't own anybody on our team, right? We are in this fight together. So it's always it's our team, it's our clients. And, that's a lesson that I've shared with so many that I learned from a leader of an accounting firm years ago. And it's just incredible, the opportunity that we have when we embrace team. But I want to highlight something for you that I think is a great lesson for everybody listening, regardless of your role or where you are in your career right now, or maybe who you look to is, the individual who's maybe ahead of you or the owner of the company. I mean, and I never even like saying those things, boss or owner. I can't stand any of that. We're all team members. But one thing that you've always done, Tyler, is you let me know what you needed. And I say this to coaching clients all the time. I say this to athletes that we work with. I say this to teams. I don't know what I don't know. So if I'm asking you to do something and you're not trained to do it, or we haven't equipped you with what you need, I don't know what I don't know, right? Because in my mind, I think, oh, Tyler, let's do this video that it takes 5 minutes. I don't understand the pieces, right? There's things that I do, there's things that you do, and that's the beauty of our team. But one of the things you've always done, I think, when it came to creating funnels, which, I mean, now we're creating funnels and courses for other people's companies, right? We're driving all of this success in online programs for companies that aren't even ours. And so I think what's so cool is you told me at one point, I was like, look, I know how to do this, but I want and need to do it better. So we got you courses, right? To almost like get you your doctorate in doing those things. And so one of the things I've always admired is your courage to say what you need, because I didn't know. And so for everybody listening, I hope you realize when you're part of a team, and you have a relationship, and Tyler Teeth, yeah, we butt heads like we're brothers sometimes, but at the end of the day, we always wind up in the right place, making the right decision for the team. Might take a little while to get there, but I think it's so important. That's what a great team is. It's honest, authentic, vulnerable conversation, challenging each other, but making sure that your needs are met in order to hit the big goal. And all those little things that you've said, hey, I need that, has now put you in position to deliver for these major companies, to build these online programs, to do everything that you're doing, but it started with courage. So I just love it. One final question.
Sure.
Because I think this is kind of a cool direction to go to. So we're doing this mental toughness forum. And I know for you, once again, being in that back seat, you probably didn't think that we'd be doing events in Vegas, the Dominican Republic, the Virgin Islands, Mexico. I mean, you name it. We've done some cool stuff. We've been all over the world together. You've had the opportunity to film a lot of burn episodes. But tell us your thoughts on what we're doing with this mental toughness forum. And it's kind of like bringing all of these people together, from Tom Izzo, Ray Lewis, Andy Frisella, Dana Duckworth, Ed Milet. I mean, Jim Rome, it just goes on, Shantae Lowe, it goes on and on. How are you feeling knowing that BNC Media, from the web design to the funnels to everything, that you and Monique and BNC Media are basically powering this entire event? What's that like for you building this?
Man, this is, I'm going to start with humbling, first of all, because to see, first of all, the roster on this mental toughness forum, but yet knowing like we have the team in place to match those people where they're at and be like, hey, we're going to put together the craziest online event you've ever seen. And you're going out there and you're networking with the people that are going to be a part of it. And then we're like, all right, we're going to kill this thing on the back end. We are going to deliver in a big, big way, not just for each speaker and to be able to, give a platform for them to be on their virtual stage and to make an impact, but also for the people that are going to visit. It's going to be an incredible experience for each and every person that signs up. And we have taken so much, ownership and late nights and early mornings and stuff to messages back and forth, tweaking and making sure that it's exactly what we want. And to just being able to take a step back and kind of look at, the not quite the finished product, but like the website and everything, and just look at all the work and all the people that are coming together to make this thing happen. It's just insane to me, honestly. It's the same kind of feeling as it was, going from the super small project of just filming you in the back seat, to working with Pepsi and Don Schumacher and some really big companies here in Indy, to things I would have never even thought about. And so to take the little funnel where we were giving away some free stuff and just trying to get new people exposed to who you were and your message, to now having 30 plus of the greatest speakers in the world on Tom Izzo, Ed Milet, Andy Frisella, like the people that I've personally watched my entire life and looked up to on a bunch of different levels, to have them be a part of what we're doing because of the work we're doing together as a team. It kind of makes my head spin. And it just, I just try to stay, as focused in where I am, like, hey, what got us here isn't going to get us, to the next step. So I just got to keep grinding, keep asking questions, and trusting in the team. And I cannot wait for August 2nd to the 6th. It's going to be insane.
Well, I can't thank you enough for everything that you do every damn day, as we like to say. But, specifically on the mental toughness forum and specifically on everything that we do, it cannot go without you. We are all in this boat. We're all in this fight together, and everybody takes ownership on our team. And that's just one thing that I would encourage everybody who's listening, like, raise your voice on your team. Let people know what's needed. Be courageous. If you have a great idea, just share it. If you're trying to get somebody's attention, don't go after money first. Drive value, focus on relationship. Listen to some of the things that Tyler said that has now put him in position to be running his own media company. Literally, so he's so humble, he's not going to say this, but the reality is you went from 6 years ago to just sitting in the back seat that one day playing hooky to now running a media company, doing projects for Pepsi, Don Shoemaker, our company, all these other organizations and companies. And so, Tyler, I commend you on continuing to believe in you, continuing to know that you have more to learn, just like I have more to learn. We all have more to learn. And I appreciate you so much. I know you're going to get creative on this episode too. If it's somebody that's interested in the Mental Toughness Forum, we'll have links to sign up. Tyler, I would also love if we could make this happen. That freeplaybook.net link. I'm feeling this today. Let's bring that baby back. And the brand new Your Mental Toughness Playbook Volume 4. Let's bring that back, and maybe you could even do freeplaybook.net. You see, this is what I do. In my mind, I think we can do things, but then he's got to tell me if we can do them. Maybe we could even create freeplaybook.net with a link that sends everybody the playbook for free. Everybody gets a gift for watching this episode and choosing to be courageous from hearing Tyler's story. And we sign them up for the Mental Toughness Forum, which is free at the same time. So Tyler, I don't know, go work your magic. I think
we can make that happen.
Can you make that happen?
I know a guy.
Well, I love you, brother, and you know how much you mean to me. And as we always say, we are just getting started, and I appreciate you so much.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me on. This is a lot of fun. Weird being on this side, but hey, I love it.
You look good on that side. Well, for everybody, please share this episode with somebody who's maybe holding back from making that courageous step of taking action or saying what needs to be said with a personal or professional relationship in their lives. Thank you for joining us for The Burn. Make sure to share these episodes. Make sure to subscribe, because we love the opportunity to connect you to your burn every single week. Until next time, let's keep fighting this good fight together.